Welcome to the Nephew. Whoa. Welcome. Welcome to the Nathan Nephew Show. I am your host, Nathan Nephew. You know, I had a discussion earlier about names being misspelled and the problem with uncommon names and people trying to, you know, whether over the phone or even in person, but trying to explain how to, you know, how to spell a name, or if you have a name like Michael and instead of A-E-L, it's E-A-L or something weird like that, how hard that is to get across to people. And you wouldn't think that I would have that problem really with either my first or last name. My first name, I often get an E-N put in there, N-A-T-H-E-N. I've seen it spelled that way, so I suppose that's legitimate. But my last name, people will call you or, you know, if you're in a waiting room or something, they come out, Mr. Newfu? Newfu? Nope. Or nephews. I mean, that's the same as Myers. I'm going to Myers. Or I'm going to Kroger's, or I'm going to Walmart's. It's the same thing, but the worst part is when you give somebody your last name. You know, Nathan Nephew. Nephew. Can you spell that for me? I can. Just like the word, though. If you need me to spell it, I will, but, didn't think that. So, yeah, all the time. And now apparently I can't say it myself. But anyway, welcome. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Of course, there's the you know, illegals flooding over and IRS scandals still going on, Benghazi, that sort of thing. Investigating Obama's administration to see if tax money is going to help out Democrat campaigns. I mean, come on. You really think it isn't? If it's not, I mean, it might not directly be going there, but look at the thing like with Solyndra, where it's a taxpayer-funded company that, in return, essentially donates, I mean, back to the Democrat Party, whether it's direct donations by the principals in the company or union dues that are no doubt going to fund Democrat campaigns and initiatives and those sorts of things. So, of course, but none of that's important. What's really important, LeBron James apparently is going to Ohio or something. I said something about the South Beach of Lake Erie. So I guess he knows geography a little bit, so that's good. That's good. I mean, it's really important that LeBron James, going to Ohio? Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so really, I don't care. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Kendall Jones. She's the Texas Tech cheerleader who is also an avid hunter. She hunts. She's hunted, I think, in Africa. She's got pictures of her with lions and rhinos and elephants and you know, I don't know, koala bears. I'm not sure. I saw a picture of her holding a fawn, a baby deer. It was alive. She was just holding it because it was cute, because she doesn't hate every animal. It turns out that actually her mission in life is not to just kill animals for no reason. She killed a lion, got a picture taken with the lion, and that lion, not only did her fees and her money go to the village, the lion's meat went to the local people, you know, the hungry people. One of the best responses that I've ever seen, one of my friends, somebody asked, who eats lion meat? Well, obviously anybody with 2 pieces of bread and a slice of tomato will you make a sandwich, eat some lion meat. And so, some of the other pictures, the animals were just tranquilized, just for research or for whatever reason. It was a green hunt, apparently is what they call it. I understand that at all, but apparently that's what they call it when you take a drug, not something that's natural, something that's synthesized, it's synthetic, it's created, it's not natural by whatever the definition of natural is, and injected into an animal. Apparently that's green, but you know, I mean, and so she has a picture taken next to some sleeping animals. Not a big deal. Really. I'm not a fan of trophy hunting. I don't think hunting for the sake of hunting is the right thing to do. But I hunt. A lot of people I know hunt. And they eat the meat. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to be a vegetarian. That just won't work for me. I mean, once in a while I put some lettuce on a cheeseburger. There's some tomatoes on it. Usually ketchup, pickles sometimes, but I'm not gonna take the burger off of the cheeseburger. So of course I'm not against hunting. I think killing animals just to kill animals just so you can brag about killing animals is wrong. That is not what Kendall Jones does. But you see this Democrat, and I don't care what his name is. A Democrat from Virginia. He's running for office, but he's not even on the ballot. He's just looking for attention. He put out a $100,000 offer for anybody that can give him nude photos of Kendall Jones or nude video, because she targets people. It's only right, it's fair that she becomes a target. Are you kidding? I mean, what is this about? That's ridiculous. This pervert, I think, really just wants to see these pictures. I mean, you're running for public office, and this is the kind of maturity that you're going to show. Now, I'll tell you, I think that probably rates pretty highly in some Democrat circles. So maybe this will work out for him. I mean, he may end up winning this election, even if his name isn't on the ballot. Just because he gets the support of college kids and other liberals that think it's fair that if you hunt, then it doesn't matter what people do to you, because if you hunt, you're so evil that you don't deserve the respect of every other human being on this earth. Now, I'll bet you that moron that put the reward out for the photos, I bet he's not a vegetarian. And I bet he's not a vegan. Even more so, because, I mean, really, if you're eating eggs, what are you eating? So, there's just, cheese would be a better example. I suppose, but still, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And to show how ignorant some of these just complete anti-hunting, anti-freedom, anti-American people are, there's a photo of Steven Spielberg, the director of Jurassic Park. You remember Jurassic Park, the show with the dinosaurs? They cloned dinosaurs, created them, put them in a park so people could go tour and you know, drive around with the dinosaurs, with actual dinosaurs. Steven Spielberg, a picture from one of his recent hunts where he's sitting next to his freshly killed Triceratops. Big old dinosaur. He's posing in front of it. Now, some people get it. They realize that it's not a real picture, or at least it's not a real freshly hunted Triceratops, because nobody's been able to locate one of those for a while. Apparently, I mean, maybe this was the last and only Triceratops. I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. But there's people all over the internet posting things. Oh, this is terrible. I don't care if he is Steven Spielberg. He shouldn't have shot that animal. Oh, what a terrible person. I don't know. Did this Democrat from Virginia Someone let me know, Nathan at Nathan Nephew, or talk at nathannephew.com. Let me know if this Democrat from Virginia put out a $100,000 offer for nudes of Steven Spielberg for his hunting. Because it seems fair. If Steven Spielberg wants to hunt Triceratops, then he deserves to be a target. It's legal. It's legitimate. I don't see the problem with that. It makes sense. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back. I want to talk a little bit about this guy that shot a police officer. And it seems that he's getting away with it, and that's a good thing. I'll be right back.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Red State Talk Radio is All American Talk Radio.
150 million people suffer from headaches. All you want is for the pounding in your head to stop. Migralex stops the pounding. Migralex was developed by a neurologist and founder of the New York Headache Center.
I'm neurologist Dr. Alex Mauskop. After studying and researching the human brain for 25 years, I've developed Migralex, which eliminates pounding headaches. It works for my patients, and I'm so convinced it will work for you. I don't just guarantee it, I put my name on it.
Dr. Mauskop's Migralex gets rid of headaches fast without harsh caffeine, sodium, or preservatives.
Migralex works unbelievably fast, and it's gentle on my stomach.
Find out how to get your free bottle of Migralex. Call 800-559-7387. Plus, if you're one of the first 100 callers, you'll also receive the Migralex Quick Tips to Headache Relief absolutely free. That's 800-559-7387. Or go to migralexrelief.com. MIGRALEX relief.com. Or call 800-559-7387.
The Nathan Nephew Show. Somewhat unique.
Somewhat unique?
Yes, somewhat unique.
Welcome back to the Nathan Nephew Show. Once again, you can send me an email, talk at nathannephew.com. Look me up on Facebook. You know all the good places. Listen to Ad Odds, adoddshow.com. Or just stay tuned in right here to Red State Talk Radio. You'll find a ton of great shows, including this one and Ad Odds. Ad Odds is also live on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, I want to talk about this guy from San Antonio, Adrian Perryman, 52 years old. His door is kicked in the middle of the night. He hears the noise. People rushing into his house, busted down the door. They rush in. He's got I think a 3-year-old and a wife in his home. He comes out with his gun, fires 4 rounds. And it turns out that they were police. It was San Antonio Police Department's Tactical Response Unit. Because every good city has a SWAT team. For things like this, for busting down doors in the middle of the night without knocking first. You remember back when the police, they had a warrant or not, whatever. They wanted some information. They would come, they would knock on your door. They'd knock. You'd answer the door. They'd talk to you or arrest you or whatever, or come in after they knocked on your door. But nowadays, people have marijuana in their houses, and it's just too dangerous to go into a house where there's marijuana if the people know you're coming. So what you do is you knock down their door. You don't knock. This is a no-knock warrant. Raid. You bust in. In this case, he came out, thought somebody was breaking into his house, didn't know who it was, fired at them because they were in his home, wounded a police officer. When he found out they were police officers, either by them saying, hey, we're cops, or he saw them because they got closer, he tossed his gun away. This is in 2010, so this is still going on. The police, of course, say that they were saying, police, police, police. They were yelling that they were the police, but the guy said he didn't hear them. I mean, they didn't knock. They didn't wait to come in. And honestly, even if they were yelling police, 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 is he supposed to just, is Adrian Perryman supposed to just believe that it's the police coming into his house? Because if that's the case, why wouldn't every criminal that's going to barge into a home just say they're a cop? It's the police, we're coming in, and just come in. And then nobody would shoot them, at least not right away. They'd have a chance to get in the house and do whatever they need to do. Anyway, he fires 4 rounds, hits a police officer, wounds a police officer, throws his gun away, gets arrested for deadly assault on a police officer. And his defense is, it was my house, this is self-defense. Well, the good thing is, he was found not guilty. It took 9 hours for the jury, which is quite a bit of time. He was found not guilty, I think, on 4 counts of aggravated assault on a peace officer. So this, to me, this is great news. I don't know where it'll go from here. The police do claim they found some drugs in his house. Okay. Whatever. You know, that's it's illegal. Okay, fine. But maybe, I don't want anybody to be shot. I mean, even criminals, I don't want criminals to be shot. But if they do something like knock down a door and rush in, they deserve to be shot, and I don't feel bad for them. I have a very similar feeling or reaction to the police that do the same exact thing. Because don't tell me that if you really needed to arrest this Adrian Perryman, they really needed to arrest him, they really needed to search his home, and they thought they were in danger if they just knocked on the door and showed him the warrant, then why don't they wait until he leaves his house and either serve the warrant or go grab him, pull him over? If they have a warrant, seems like they could detain him. And if they don't have the justification for that, then maybe they don't have a justification to search his house at all. There's ways to handle these instead of these stupid, deadly no-knock raids. Serving no-knock warrants. It's moronic. These local SWAT teams are doing it more and more and more, and it's because of drugs most of the time. And they just assume this guy, he was armed legally. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, have you heard all this news? Obama decided he wasn't going to go to the border. We have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of illegals crossing the border, just flowing in here through that fence that is it's basically completed. No, it's basically started. They're just flowing in, and then we're putting them in places, including my town where I graduated high school from. They're going to put some of them there because it'll create jobs. And, you know, it's a humanitarian crisis, and we have to be nice to everybody and all this. On some level, I understand. A human being is a human being. I'm not saying to take them behind the woodshed and shoot them. I'm saying we can't afford it. We can't afford the people that are already here that need help. So 100,000, 3 million more, whatever the number comes out to be, one more. We can't afford it. And there are people in similar situations that are waiting in line to get here legally. They should have priority. The ones who do it legally are the ones that should be allowed to be here if they fit our needs. The ones that come here illegally have no right to be here. And frankly, if they come here illegally once, I don't know if I even subscribe to the idea of sending them to the back of the line to get here legally. They're already a felon. They've already broken federal law by coming here illegally. I don't know if that's who we want. Somebody that just has total disregard for this nation's sovereignty and border security. Do we want them as a citizen? I mean, what are they going to, what kind of stuff are they going to support? They're not going to support strong, protected borders, are they? I mean, because if they were protected, they would have never gotten here in the first place. But Obama, he said a while ago that he's not going to, it's been a couple weeks, I think, he's not going to go to the border. Well, okay, fine. Then don't. Then don't go to the border. What are you going to do anyway? You're just going to pretend like you're telling people not to come when you're really telling people that if you show up here, you can stay. So you're not going to do any good at the border. Nancy Pelosi already scared all the kids that needed to be scared at the border. But what do we do? I mean, really, do you have any ideas? We have thousands and thousands and thousands of children. The government's offering some $6,000 a month to be a foster family for these, displaced refugees or humanitarian refugees or whatever the hell we're calling these 17-year-olds that are showing up in our country, supposedly running away from Honduras and El Salvador and Guatemala. And somehow getting through a country with extremely strict immigration. I mean, believe me, I've had opportunities to travel there. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get into Mexico. In fact, it's harder today to get into Mexico than it is to get into the United States of America. So something's going on here. And this garbage that this has been going on for years, and it's nobody's fault, and it's just a natural wave of things that are happening, is ridiculous. It's orchestrated. It's being done on purpose, whether it's this current administration, which it is, or if it's a foreign administration, the Mexican government, whoever it is. There's a channel. There's an XL pipeline through Mexico for these illegals. And maybe we should figure out what the deal is there and stop being so buddy-buddy with Mexico if they're going to allow this to happen. How are they getting through Mexico's southern border and then through Mexico's northern border? That many. How is that happening? It seems obvious to me, but I don't know. I hate the idea, and I've talked about this before, broken record, it's on every news channel, but I hate the idea that they're coming here illegally and then being spread out amongst the country, everywhere. They're putting them, which places are too white and too conservative? Which ones aren't liberal? We'll put them there. We won't put them on the White House lawn. We won't put them in Nancy Pelosi's backyard. Carl Levin, they're not going in his backyard. Where are they going? All right, it's all the time I have. NathanNephew.com. See you next week.